Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the review of Dungeons and Dragons Honor Amongst Thieves. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a super spoiler heavy review. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, you need to not watch this until after you have seen it. But yeah, definitely. So keep that in mind. We're going to give you plenty of time to shut this off after the 30 seconds. So that way you can put us on pause, watch an awesome movie, and then come back and listen to us talk about it. But before we get into all that, let's get the business out of the way. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, that you can find us on all the socials. All you got to do is type in the Codex Station, and that is where you will find us, your favorite social media platform, your favorite streaming platform, and so much more. We also have a website. A new t-shirt just debuted on there. And it's amazing. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. It is Bagley art, so go check it out. All you got to do is type in the codexstation.com, and that is where that will be. Meet the team, buy some merch, and so much more. Once again, the codexstation.com. Sal, let's talk about where they can find you on Instagram and YouTube.
All right. You can find me on YouTube under Sal's Comic Corner and on Instagram as the Slab Guy 77. I talk about my slabs, I do some unboxings and some other stuff like that. It is a great channel to check out.
There you go. All that awesome stuff he's got behind him. And we've got a new show
Ta-da!
coming out. Yeah, we got a new show coming out called Codex Slab. It is Sal, me, and Wes, Rebel Scum. We'll be talking about all things comic slabbing and grading, encapsulating, and so much more. But that is in the future. Right now, it's Dungeons and Dragons. We got a few more business things to get out of the way, and then we're getting into this review. I can't wait to talk about it.
I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and talk about our sponsor for this week's episode. That is W.GG. Don't forget to go there, type in the keyword code -X to save 10% on your order. Sal and Jamie both love W Energy. I've got my starter pack on the way, so I'll be able to give my honest impressions once that takes place. But don't forget W.GG, ladies and gentlemen, keyword code -X to save 10% on your order. We've got one more, our sponsor that's been with us pretty much since the beginning of sponsorships. And who would that be, Sal?
That would be Heroes Corner Comics. You can check out heroescornercomics.com. You can get back issues, you can get slab books, you can get new issues, you can get store exclusives as well. And if you use the word Codex, now it's CODEX, no hyphen, you can save 20% on that order. Plus, they have a special Codex bundle, which is 3 Heroes Corner Comic exclusive comics for $30. And yes, the Codex coupon code will work on there too. That's CODEX, no hyphen, and save 20% on that order as well. They're a great group of people, and you have to check them out. They're also on Facebook under Heroes Corner Comics Insiders. But if you check them out online, heroescornercomics.com.
There you go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the countdown begins.
Yes.
Spoiler heavy review in 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Amongst Thieves. Let's go ahead and give you the credits, and then Sal's going to take this away with his impressions. Ladies and gentlemen, D&D Honor Amongst Thieves stars Chris Pine, Sophia Lillis, Michelle Rodriguez, Reggie, Jean Paul, Justice Smith, and Daisy Head, and Chloe Coleman, and the awesomely talented Hugh Grant. It was written by Jonathan Goldstein, John Francis Daly, and Michael Gillo, and directed by Jonathan Goldstein, John Francis Daly, and it's rated PG-13. Sal, please tell me a tale, spin a yarn while I grab a tankard of ale and listen to how you feel about Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Amongst Thieves.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you this right now. I went into this not expecting to enjoy it as much as I did.
Yeah.
I've seen all the Dungeons and Dragons movies in the past.
Yeah.
And I've always been let down. And there's been some terrible ones. There's been some fair to mediocre ones. So I kind of went in saying, okay,
that's being generous.
Here's the bar. Here's the bar. And I was like, bam, up here. I love the movie. It was really good. I thought maybe the script was a little bit predictable, but that's
Mhm.
probably the only bad thing I probably thought. But in typical D&D fashion, they had a it's like a one shot, you might say. It's a
Yeah.
start of an adventure. They ended it. You know, Bob's your uncle. So I like the classification of the characters, the classes.
Mhm.
Okay, you could easily tell what those were. Um, and I'll have to give this to you from a I'm giving this perspective from a D&D player in the past. So I right away recognize classes and characteristics. My wife went with me, and my 9-year-old daughter went with me.
Well,
Now,
talk about the classes on the characters you see in front of you right now.
all right, so we'll start with Chris Pine as the bard. The bard was not your typical, seducing everything in sight bard. He was your, you know, classic, bard singing tunes to relax people. But he was also part of a group of almost want to say like a paladin type of
Mhm.
culture.
Right.
Always trying to save people, but he's lost his way and he's fallen into a life of crime just because he needed the money,
He's
and
dual classed. He's a
he's doing
bard slash fighter.
bard slash fighter and a strategist. Strategy. He's
That's
got
right.
strategy. So we have Michelle Rodriguez's character. She's a barbarian,
Oh, yeah.
and she played the role very well. Um, my daughter actually, especially, loved her character
Yeah.
100%.
I
That
think
was
she
her
was
favorite
one of the
character.
best parts about the movie,
Yeah,
honestly. I
yes, she
think
was.
yeah.
So we have Chloe in the background there. She is a Tefling druid
Mhm.
and very good at that. Simon, I remember his character name, Simon, but I don't remember his the real actor's name. What was his real name?
Let's see here. Justice Smith.
Justice Smith. So he
Yep.
plays a wizard or a sorcerer. I would say wizard.
That's a loose
Role
term. He is a cantripist at best.
can't do this, but he wasn't using any cantrips after the helmet. So
Very true, very
but
true.
yeah, in the beginning he was probably a cantripist, but I think he became more wizardry in
Right.
after towards the end. So anyhow,
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Keep
oh, I'm
going.
sorry. One more. We have the
Hugh Grant,
Hugh Grant. I haven't talked about him yet. He's your con man.
your
You know,
scallywag.
yeah, he's your guy that that gets you the job or brings you the mission
Yep,
and then tries to screw you over for everything you got.
exactly.
That type of thing. The one more character, the Bridgerton guy. I forget his name.
Oh, the
Sorry,
Paladin,
the Paladin.
Reggie Jean
Reggie.
Page.
Yep, Reggie Sean Page. That's it. That's
Yeah,
it. Uh, Paladin class played it really well.
so good.
Wish he was a little bit more in the movie. You know,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
since this is a spoiler review, he's not he's not 100% in the party, but he does give them progress or give them
He's an NPC.
yeah, he's an NPC. He progresses the story for you guys. So
Non-player character, ladies and
um,
gentlemen. This
I
guy
thought his
right here.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah yep, there you go, right there.
Yeah.
So
And there's Hugh
overall,
Grant.
yep, yeah, there's Hugh Grant. So overall, I thought the characters meshed pretty well. I thought they used their abilities accordingly. You
Mhm.
don't see them going way out of the realm of like, oh yeah, I'm a wizard, but I'm going to use this sword and full plate metal armor to attack you with.
Right.
Hey, that type of thing.
They stuck to the archetypes, and I
Yes,
thought
they
that was
did.
really awesome.
That is true. They stuck to the archetype. So, how about you, Tim? What did you think?
Like you, Sal, I
Hmm.
had extremely low expectations. And I
I
went and
know.
saw this. Yeah, I went and saw this on a whim. My buddy Mason, who I do role playing with on Monday nights, that's when I
Hmm.
shut my phone off and ignore everybody and role play for 3 hours with these guys. I've been playing with them for 15 years.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, and my brother and my brother-in-law just recently joined in, and
Mhm.
everything is meshing real well together. We play 5e, guys.
Okay.
5e. So yeah, so we're having a blast. But going in there, he was like, "You want to go see D&D?" I was like, "Yes, I do."
Yes.
And we went in there and sat down. It was a pre-screen, like a
Right.
super advanced screening, 2 weeks in
Right.
advance.
Nice.
And the PR guy for Regal Cinemas came in. He had crafted by himself a foam D20 that he tossed around. It was as light as a beach ball,
Uh-huh.
and we got to pass that around. It was pretty awesome. But me and my buddy Mason, our bar was set as low as yours, Sal,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
even a little bit lower. We were trying to do the limbo challenge on hard. But
yeah. Extreme. Yeah,
10 minutes into the movie, when Chris Pine and Michelle Rodriguez are in jail and they
yeah.
got to stand before the parole committee, and
Right.
they're talking, as soon as they mention the Aarakocra, ladies and gentlemen, Aarakocra are humanoid bird creatures.
Yep.
As soon as they,
Jonathan.
Jonathan, yes, as soon as they mentioned that, I said to Mason, I was like, dude, this is going to be good based on that alone. And the production quality, the acting, the sets, the scenes, I was enthralled the rest of the movie, and me and my buddy Mason were elbowing each other every 10 minutes. This is what our party would do. Our guys would do this. We know
Yeah.
guys that have done that. We've done that. And we were pointing at the screen and like, did you see that? Did you catch that? All the Easter eggs and
Eggs. Oh, there's
everything.
tons of Easter eggs.
So many.
Hmm.
So with all that being said,
Hmm.
here's one big one. Look at
Okay.
this. The gelatinous cube. Oh
Love it.
my god. It was so good how they did that. And it's this scene here, ladies and gentlemen, is this big giant maze that they're running through. And there's a super awesome spoiler in there that I'm not going to tell you because you have to see it. If you've seen the D&D cartoon, uh
Oh, that's the spoiler I wanted to talk about. Yeah.
well, then we're talking about it. We're
All right.
definitely talking about it now. So yeah, the D&D
Okay.
cartoon and Sal with them in there, the
Hmm.
characters from the cartoon, as soon as I saw that, I said, Mason, they're there.
Yep.
It
Yep.
was amazing. I loved it. Uh they didn't show a beholder, but they mentioned it. We got to
Yes.
see 3 different dragons, well, 1 animated stone dragon, but
Hmm.
2, a black and a big giant,
Chubby.
enormously chubby red dragon.
Hmm.
We got to see spells, we got to see roguery, we got to see fighting, we got to see a paladin, we
Hmm.
got to see all kinds of stuff. I cannot speak highly enough about this movie. The comedy in the movie was great.
Like,
Um,
the comedy in it was not forced.
no,
It was actually organic with the story. So it wasn't like them trying to like use a real world joke about a
yeah.
situation in the hair in the movie in the fantasy world.
And the
You know.
way the characters talked about
Hmm.
things, they didn't talk like people were watching that didn't know. They didn't treat the people that know D&D through and through.
Hmm.
They didn't treat them like they were morons, and they didn't treat the new people like they had to be read the
Hmm.
full size dungeon master guide from front to back, right?
Right.
So both people that can and are super critical were treated with respect. They were treated like they were going into a movie that they didn't need to know anything about but would know everything about by the end.
Hmm.
um and it was wonderful. I think
Hmm.
the only nitpick I would have about this is uh like with Michelle Rodriguez calling the daughter bug
Bug.
all the time. That just kind of bugged me. But that is
Bugs. Okay. I
yeah.
I thought it was okay. It didn't really bother me per se.
Well, I mean, like they pushed that whole bit, I think, a little too hard
Maybe.
at
Maybe
the
so.
end
Yeah.
because, like I get, okay, so I guess the big complaint with that is like when they were showing the flashback scenes, and the daughter was involved in all of this thievery
Right.
and debauchery and all that stuff.
Hmm.
Then after that goes away, she doesn't do any of that anymore, and they just kind of ignored that, and I was a little disappointed with that. So
Right.
maybe them calling her bug a million times. I'm like, just show her being a bug, being a nuisance, being a pest, and
Yeah,
going and taking all these bags of coins and stuff. But
yeah.
they didn't do that. We got it in flashback. But beyond that, I have no real complaints about this movie. I loved every minute of it from
Hmm.
start to finish. I loved the one end credit scene.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was a mid credit.
the mid credit scene. Yep, I love that. Uh, and yeah, it was great. It was great. Sal, show what you got at the theater.
Okay, so after the theater, we're leaving, and they're like, "Did you just see Dungeons and Dragons?" I'm like, "Yeah, we did." Like, "Oh, come over here." I'm like, "Okay," because I thought they
Let
were gonna like ask us questions or something like that. I'm like, okay, but then they're like, "You get this stuff." So we got a map of the
Wow,
world. Now this is not a paper map. This is actually a cloth map.
that's so
You know,
awesome.
okay, and I'm
And
making
where
sure I
is the
got it all
chubby
right.
dragon? Where is he
I
on
have
the
no
map?
idea. So that's my thing. Okay, so let me give you a little backstory, a little bit of funniness for this. I'll show you. Let me show you the picture, then and then we'll
Yeah,
do that.
yeah,
So we also got
the
this
print.
8x10 print.
Oh man,
Oop, there you go.
that's so
So
good.
yeah. So all right. So we come out of the movie and we're getting dinner early because we were rushing off to another show that day, and my daughter opens up everything and she's like looking at the map and she's like, Dad, where's the chubby dragon? Where's the where's the chubby dragon? Like look at this map. I'm like, holy cow, this map is like seriously detailed with a lot of like areas. And I'm like
Yeah,
going, I think he's over here.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. And she's like, well, can you find out? I'm like, okay, all right, I'll make it my mission to find out. So that's what they handed out for us at our Regal, and
Wow.
that was pretty cool. And so my my daughter, 9 years old, she's at that age now where I feel she's getting a little more comfortable with a little more violent things,
Yeah.
in movies and stuff like that. She's starting to watch a little bit more of the Marvel movies, which is they're okay. They're a little bit violent or a little bit
Yeah.
violent or intense in some scenes. I'll say,
You get the
you know,
occasional shit tossed
yeah,
in there.
exactly. Watch your language.
Yep.
So, but during the whole movie, every time someone said a swear word, she was like nudging me, Dad, she said the B word. And I'm like, yes, I know, but just let it go. I said, just ignore it. It's fine. You don't say it, but just ignore it. Go on, okay? And then Chris Pine I think said shit one time, and she was
Yeah.
like, he said the S word. I'm like, yes, 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 yes. So
Dad's trying to watch a movie, dear.
you know, but it's
Dad's
okay.
loving D&D right now because all the other ones were horrible.
But yeah, that's so true. So I'm definitely going to see this movie again. I don't
Oh
know about
yeah.
you, but I'm
Yeah.
definitely going to see this movie again.
I'm as of this recording, I will be taking my kids this weekend to go see it.
Oh,
And the funny
nice.
thing is, I got 2 games going right now, soon to be
Yeah.
3 with the Codex station.
Mm,
And ladies and gentlemen, you can check that promo out here in a little bit.
right.
But I do gaming session on Sunday with my sister, my brother-in-law, my kids, well, one of my kids, and my niece and my nephews. My daughter doesn't play, not
Right.
because she thinks it's ridiculous or silly or anything like that. She just doesn't feel comfortable doing that stuff, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But she does sit out in the living room and listen to us play for 2 hours, and she knows what's going on.
Yeah.
So when I told my kids, I was like, "We're gonna go see the D&D movie," she was jumping up and down and as excited as my son.
Hmm.
And I looked at her and I was like, Graceland, I was like, you really want to see it? She's like, yeah, Dad, I do. Just because I don't play doesn't mean that I don't want to go see it. You guys have so much fun, and
Yeah.
I love all of this. I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a humbling moment because like instantly thinking, well, you don't play, so why would you be interested? And
Yeah.
that's not what it's about. And that's the
That's true.
perfect segue into exactly what this movie is. This movie is for everybody.
Right.
It's you can take the whole family to go see this, and
Hmm.
the adults will get as much out of it as the kids will.
Yep.
This
Yep.
is Yeah, so good.
Totally agree. Totally
So
agree.
so with that, Sal,
Hmm.
scale Codex scale 1 to 10, what do you give this?
9. I'm giving it a
N
9. I'm
9
giving
out
it
of
a 9.
10.
A 9 out of 10. 9 out of
Okay.
10. Like I said, the only thing that's not pushing me a little bit higher is the script, I think, or the plot was very predictable for me. I'm like, I know what's coming next. I know what's gonna I see that coming. I see that coming. That type of thing.
Yep.
So that was the only thing, and I didn't and I'm not gonna say that's a negative either. I mean,
Yeah.
just because I was figuring it out, I'm just a little smart,
Your
as you know.
intelligence, ability
I was
score is a
pulling
little
high
higher.
for intelligence check that night. Huh?
Do an
No, I mean,
insight check real quick, buddy. 20. Okay, good. All right.
20
Amazing.
natural. So, but no, it was a little bit predictable for me, but that's okay. I still enjoyed it. So, I mean, that's the only thing that really kept me from giving it higher. What about you, Tim? What do you
Sal,
think?
I am right there with you. This is a solid 9 out of 10 for me.
Hmm.
If you use it as a comparison against the other D&D movies,
Yes.
including the animated
Hmm.
Dragonlance movie, the
Yep.
first D&D movie that came out in late 90s, mid 2000s,
Yep.
and then the other two direct-to-video releases, this
Hmm.
is far and away so much better.
Yes.
So much better. You will not be disappointed. And if you are, I think you're expecting too much.
Yeah.
Um, like I said, the only nitpick with me, I mean, the script is predictable, absolutely, but I think that's half the fun of it.
Yeah.
It's great all around. The comedy's great, the action is great, the Easter eggs are immense.
Yes.
They're all over the place, and just these little nitpicks that I would have, but they're just me being nitpicky.
Right.
And it doesn't detract from the fact that I will see this movie several times in the theater, and I will buy it when it comes out on digital and physical.
I plan to do the same. Plan on doing the
Yeah.
same. I
So
really love the cameo. I really love the Dungeons and Dragon character cameo.
I did too.
Did
I tried to find a picture of it, but I couldn't find a picture of it before we started recording.
and
But
and they and I could tell the way that they did in the cinema. They were just like a half a second on the screen, and you
yeah,
didn't really see their faces except for
no,
once or twice. You saw the little kid's face, I think,
yep.
and
But he wasn't so little.
it wasn't so little, and he didn't have a club. So
Yeah.
that's they found the
But
sword.
this picture right there, guys, that's the scene where it takes place right in the arena.
Right.
And I love the fact that they put an arena in there too, because every story, every session has like, okay, we're just going to do arena fighting today,
Yeah, that's nice.
and
Yeah.
there it is. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah,
straight off the bat, right down the line, 9 out of 10 from both myself and Sal.
absolutely.
I don't think it gets any better than this. The only thing that I'm hoping for now is Dragonlance, and that's coming out in a TV show.
Well, I
So
can't wait to see that.
that's going to be amazing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get out of here. I know I can speak for Sal on this when I say we highly recommend you go check this movie out. You are absolutely gonna love it. Dungeons and
Hmm.
Dragons Honor Amongst Thieves, 9 out of 10 for myself and Sal. Sal, before we get out of here, let people know once again where they can catch you and how they can save 20%.
All right. So you can find me on YouTube as Sal's Comic Corner, and you can also catch me on Instagram as the Slab Guy 77. I have
Mhm.
books and videos about my slabs, about my wall, about some unboxings and all sorts of things like that. So please come check it out. Give me a like, give me a share, give me a subscribe, and let me know what you like in the comments. Also, now to save 20%, you got to go to heroescornercomics.com. Go to their website, check out all their back issues, all their store exclusives, all their written, new issues, and even set up a pull list with them. They're a great site, great people. They do really good business. And if you use the word Codex, CODEX, no hyphen, you can save 20% on that order. Plus, they have a Codex bundle. That's
Mhm.
three. That's three Heroes Corner Comics exclusives. That for $30. And yes, the coupon code will work on that as well, and you can save 20% there.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget our sponsor for this week's episode, W.GG. Head on over there, type in the keyword code -X at checkout to save 10% on your order. W Energy, no carbonation, no drag down, no anything like that. Sal can attest, Jamie attests. It's there. You need to do it. 10% Codex with a hyphen. Also, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to find us on all the socials. All you got to do is type in at the Codex Station, and that is where you will find us on your favorite social media platform and your favorite streaming platform. And last but not least, Sal, we got some new merch coming out, or it's already out.
Is it Bagley? Is it
It
Bagley art?
is. It absolutely is. I have already
Score!
ordered mine. This shirt was going to be a limited release. It's not anymore. So you need to go get it and wear it and be proud and happy and awesome.
I put the kibosh on that limited stuff. I said, no. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you, Sal. Thank you. thecodexstation.com, ladies and gentlemen. Head over there for merch, meet the team, and so much more. All our social links are on there as well, and all our streaming platform links are on there for your enjoyment. Yes. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tim. This guy over here is Sal, the Slab Guy. We give Dungeons and Dragons Honor Amongst Thieves a what, Sal?
A 9.0.
Out of 10. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us for another episode of Codex Reviews. We will see you next time.